the idea of all documentaries.
That is a bloody good point.
But you're just saying... what you've said is you're annoyed that they didn't meddle enough in the process of the auction.
No,
and...
I'm not annoyed.
What did you want them to do?
I'm not annoyed that they didn't meddle enough. I suppose what I'm annoyed by is their choice of subject. Rather than the documentary about the bloke that walked between the two twin towers in New York, it's quite an interesting thing to do. Selling a house at auction rather than by the conventional method.
But they have to put this on every day. If they had a daredevil...
No, they don't.
Well, come on then, smarty pants. What's your idea for a reality show?
Yeah, it's always a worrying cue, that. Come on then, smarty pants. Rudeness isn't good. You wouldn't call me smarty pants in real life. Yeah, on a rate, you'd be very nice. Hello, David, thanks for coming and doing the show. Let's have a cup of tea. He was all sweetness and light down in the dressing room, but now, under the power of the media, it's all smarty pants. See what we're doing? We're all making it worse. So, my idea for a show is where somebody has to lose their entire circle of friends through rudeness and unpleasantness and being as cutting as possible, so that those people are so offended they refuse to speak to them anymore. And when they have lost their last friend, a bit like Brewster's Millions, but instead of losing their money, they're losing their friends. When they have lost their last friend, they're utterly cut off and alone as the biggest arsehole who ever lived. Then they get introduced to a whole new circle of more glamorous friends. They get a pot of money and are allowed to live in a yacht and are presented to the country as a success story. This is how you succeed. You are horrible to everyone and cutting and rude, and they give you a nice sandwich and you go, oh, I can't believe you made me a sandwich.
That is simple and completely horrible.
Thank you.
I've got an idea for a show called Heaven is a Place on Earth, where you find people who are undergoing operations and you wait until they come round and then you convince them they died on the operating table, and you've got them met by John Lennon and Albert Einstein, people in masks, and you see how long you can maintain the pretense. But I would say that for raw, visceral appeal, I'd say Rufus's Blaze of Granny deserves a point. This next round is called This Putrid Modern Hell. I'll be asking each of my guests to nominate the modern misery that most gets on their wick. By modern, I mean any annoyance from the rise of Jeremy Spake onwards. He's very much the 9/11 of modern irritants. The world has never been the same since. That's my benchmark. As ever, my favourite answer wins a point. So, David, these days, what annoys you?
I am definitely annoyed by people who keep telling me what an opportunity the internet is. People saying that the internet is exciting, it's an opportunity, you can get your stuff, by which I think they mean jokes, to lots of different people in different ways, and just generally explore this fantastic world that doesn't exist, like some kind of entrepreneur. And I don't want to be an entrepreneur. I want to make comedy shows in a system that already exists, please. I want everyone to have to watch BBC One or BBC Two or ITV, and for me to be on one of those. I don't want to be on them now that hardly anyone watches them, because they can watch anything or stay at home on their computer looking at cats on skateboards.
So the internet?
No, not the internet in itself.
People
evangelising. There are lots of good things on the internet. You can find out when trains are leaving. It's sort of mainly what it's for, I think.
Isn't progress terrible?
That is what David's saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying...
Change is bad.
I'm not saying all change is bad. I'm not saying don't cure cancer.
You're just afraid. Of course I'm afraid. Scared of the internet.
I'm scared of the future. I'm scared of the past. I'm nervous at the moment.
Well, OK, so basically what you don't like about modern life is the moment. You don't like anything before or after.
No, I'm not. That was just a sort of general remark. I'm not nominating everything. That annoys me.
Fair enough. Rufus.
I'm a stand-up comedian, Charlie Brooker, and as such, I do quite a lot of driving. So I would like to nominate the inadherence to the basic 3-lane motorway principle.
Right, clearly. You see, this interests me. I don't drive a car. And my whole life, people have been banging on about people hogging the middle lane. Why are they in the middle lane hoggers, middle lane hoggers? I've never met one. They must exist. And I swear, if I ever learn to drive, I'm going to be one of them.
I don't even understand how the motorway works. I can't drive either.
The problem is, Charlie, nobody else seems to.
How does it work?
Right, you've got your 3 lanes.
Yeah.
Now,
you're supposed to just stay in the middle one, right?
Do you want to be in my pilot for Blaze of Granny? Basically, if you think that the motorway should only be 1 lane, that is the correct way of thinking about it, and that is the lane on the left. So everybody drives in the lane on the left.
That's the slow lane.
No, it's not the slow lane!
It is.
It's not the slow lane! This is the problem. People think, oh, it's the slow lane. I don't want to be going very slow. and that's not right.
Victoria.
This is what I hate. Public information adverts that show me something revolting in order to scare me out of doing something that I don't do. My particular least favourite at the moment is that one you see in the cinema where the man pulls the rat out of his mouth. Have you seen that? He sort of belches up a rat. It's disgusting. And it's to tell you, don't buy illegal drugs on the internet or by mail order. And the voiceover says the drugs bought on the internet could contain rat poison. First of all, rat poison is not the same as a rat. The pill doesn't contain a rat. That's the first thing. Second, I don't buy illegal drugs on the internet. I never have. I never will. I'm never going to. Why? I'm sitting there. I'm quite happy. I've got my Revels. I'm pleased. I've just had it's the orange one. I like that one, so it's good news. Now I've got to see a man vomiting up a rat. There's another one. Speaking of driving, seatbelts. I always wear a seatbelt. I always wear one. I switch on the television. Do you not wear a seatbelt? Maybe you'd like to watch a man's pancreas exploding. This is a situation. I don't do these things. I'm being shown something revolting. I'm being punished for something I haven't done. I don't like it.
I don't know if they still show. I don't like the one where the little girl is under the tree and she bends herself back into life and then and slides along her back into the middle of the road and complains that if you'd hit her at 30 she'd survive, if you hit her at 40 she would die. So why doesn't she just run away at 10 miles an hour? She sees the car. The stupid cow. Instead of lying around and moaning. OK, well, so, as someone who hates pretty much everything, this round is a difficult decision, but I'm going to have to go with, I think, Victoria.